Okay, hi, my name is Finn, and I'm going to show you how some very simple physics can help make a job a little bit easier. So yeah, so I'm taking apart this fence. I'm taking it off here, and so it has a whole bunch of screws, of course, you know, very rusty screws that are connecting to the wood. So I took out most of them, but some of them, this one and these two down here, are really tight. So some of the other ones were tight too, but I was able to get them off. This was the screwdriver I was using originally. Right now it's kind of close up to the wood, so it's hard to get a full turn. But these are just so tight. It's not like it's slipping or anything. It's just this screw was in here so tight that I can't force it enough to turn it. Now maybe if I was stronger that would help, but I'm not. So I'm going to show you what I did to try to fix that. So I got a screwdriver. This is a much beefier handle screwdriver. And the reason for that is rotational force is known as torque, right? So when you're trying to spin something like a screw, that twisting force is torque. And so torque is equal to the force applied times the radius. So you're applying a force. I'm gonna get rid of one of these. If I'm trying to spin this, I'm applying a force at the surface of the screwdriver, right? And the radius, the point of the axis of rotation, is right in the middle where the screw is. So I'm applying a force from here to here, and it's a rotational force, right? So if you increase the radius, right? So this is the original screwdriver. If you increase the radius, the torque increases, right? With the same amount of force and an increased radius, the torque increases. So this is the original screwdriver, and really the radius is right here, is in this groove, because of there's these big parts, but this is really where you're actually getting a lot of the force applied. So with this screwdriver, as you can see, this blue one is a much larger radius, which means with the same amount of force from my hand, I can apply a much greater torque, which is going, I don't know, I didn't measure the radius, but it's a lot bigger. You can just tell from looking at it. So that should hopefully solve my problem. The issue is this screwdriver is not deep enough. It's the actual bit is too, I don't know if that's the correct term. It's just too wide. So I can put it in, but when I try to turn it, it doesn't get in deep enough and start slipping. So that's not gonna help. So what I did was I went and grabbed another screwdriver with hopefully a shallower, I guess, yeah, a deeper bit that is not as wide as the blue one, but almost as wide and a lot wider than the yellow one. So hopefully this one works. And yeah, that's physics with screwdrivers. And what do you know, after I spent maybe 5 minutes with the yellow one trying to unscrew this with no budging, and the blue one I tried it and it kept on slipping, I put this one in there, tried for about 5 seconds, and it started moving. So again, if you didn't know that, you would probably try different screwdrivers, you know, go through all of them. It might work eventually, but understanding what to look for because of physics can really help. So